You know, sometimes after a long day at Comic-Con, you just feel like The Walking Dead on this fall on AMC. I'm sorry. I don't much like taxidermy.
Cinemasaurus.
How are you? Great to meet
Cinemasaurus?
you. Source, yes.
Okay, good.
And speaking of impressive cameras.
Yeah, see, that's the camera's exactly what it should be. That's great. It's good. That guy, I don't know. I'm very excited. I mean, it's been a really great run. It's opened up a lot of opportunities for me, and I'm excited. I'm excited for it to come to an end, but at the same time, I'm sad. So I don't know. It's going to be strange. I think that it might be. For some reason, I think like 10 years from now, I'm going to look back and go, oh, wow. You know, because right now, you're being in the eye of the storm and really focused on finishing the show strong. There's not much time to sort of, think about the old days. So we'll see what happens when it's over. There's a show that I've created, executive produced, called Hellcats, which is actually shooting in Vancouver, about 10 minutes away from where Smallville is. So I've been doing double duty and going over there, and so I'm trying to set things up for after Smallville as well. Things that I believe in, and I think that people want to watch. So check that out. I think I could make a list for both, being good and bad for different reasons. I mean, being in Vancouver, yeah, you're isolated. Maybe you can focus more, but sometimes you're limited as to what you can do because people who sometimes make those decisions aren't there. And in LA, it would be a little more sort of like limited, maybe as far as our locations or our budget. So it's a give and take. All I know is that Vancouver has been fantastic for us and has allowed our series to be what it is.
I don't know if art imitates life or vice versa, but it's such a good, wholesome show to be a part of, and it represents generations in our society of the good versus evil in this great story. And working on the show is like that. We all get along well, and it's just all there to create this whole environment and this whole world for people. So we're hoping that everybody gets the payoff they deserve. Lois Lane has been amazing. She is an amazing woman, and she does so many different things, and she's very versatile, and she's very single-minded and independent, and yet they've given her some vulnerability. So as an actress, it's been great to step into something that is so well-rounded. That is a female character, which usually isn't the case. Usually it's either one or the other, so it's fun to play a little bit of everything. She always surprises me, I have to say, and it's just you just never know how she's going to react to things, and I would say later on, as I've played the role for, it's now been 7 years, they've showed different sides of her, the vulnerable side of her, which has been fun to flesh out, but I just like how human she is, and she makes the mistakes, and she's kind of one of the only ones that makes the mistakes in the show and does really big, terrible things, but she gets back up and keeps going, so that's what I really like about her.
I was very happy when I got the call. Some part of me was waiting to get the call, and oddly enough, I had just been in I don't know what comic convention I was at, but somebody had said that Tom was somewhere and had mentioned something about maybe we can get Jonathan Kent back. So I had just called after that. I called my agent and said, I just heard a rumor. Why don't you check it out? And as he was making that call, they were calling to check availability to come and do Smallville and to see if I would want to do Smallville. And I said, my God, I'm honored to do Smallville. It's my favorite character ever.
That's amazing.
So it's, serendipitous. When I signed on to do the show again, they said, now we want to keep this a secret. And I did an interview the next day. They said, so we hear you're going to go back on Smallville. And I said, really? Where'd you hear that? I had to lie. I had to say, and of course it was everybody knew already. When we first did a father and son, listen to me, son, I need to tell you something, scene, I think Tom had done 4 episodes of the Gilmore Girls. And now he's done hundreds of hours of television. He's an executive producer. He's a great guy. But so much skill there that people who don't do television on a schedule would not be able to recognize. But I recognize it, and it's a delight. In some ways, I feel like I'm a proud dad, because he's come so far and done so well and is excellent at his craft. Most of the time you're in a self-preservational mode, but with Tom, if he told me to do something that I thought was odd, I'd do it. I trust him.